Okay, I have a letter to assess today. This one here. Mohammed was asking in the group about the word count, and I thought I would show you the OET and benchmark opinion, the official opinion. As I said, that letter was only 179, and Mohammed was saying, well, it's 180 is the limit. Well, actually, no. It isn't. As it says, I don't know if you can see it, I'll make it a little bit larger for the screen. Essentially, the word limit is there as a guide, right? So, the idea is that if they didn't have a limit, some people would write less than 180. And that means the assessors would not be able to grade their language because you haven't written enough. On the other hand, if they didn't have an upper limit as such, so it's a guide, some people would write far too much. I've seen some of over 300 words, including every single piece of information, which is no idea. Now, where does it tell you about the examiners? They don't read it. It says somewhere here. Right, here we go. As I said, assessors will not count your words. So it is pointless for you to be counting your words. Oh, it must be no more than 180. I said, they don't even count it. They don't even count it. It's a guide, right? It's not set in stone, right? So the main body of the letter, so the closing sentence, the ending, the job's title, they're not counted. Address, not counted, right? So, actually it's just what is counted. It's that, essentially. For further information, don't irritate me, yours, is it? That's not counted. It's only that. So that's only 179 words. Right? So, as it says here, if you write too little, you might not have given them enough language to assess, but also, this is the most important thing, that you may not have included all the details the reader needs. And in this particular letter, I think that's the case. I think it was something that could have been included to pad out the story. But if you write too much, maybe you've included irrelevant information, which would affect your score. Okay, because what the criteria talk about is about speed, clarity, conciseness. The reader should be able to get the purpose without reading extra words that they don't need. So what they say is, if you don't need it, don't include it. In terms of additionally, furthermore, therefore, all these connectors. If you don't need them, don't use them. And edu, benchmark, basically same. They tell you the same. It's a guide. I don't know if I can highlight this. I might not be able to. No, they fixed it so you can't copy and paste it. But 180 to 200 words, guide, reasonable expectation. You've got 40 minutes, right? So it's just to guide you, not to, as I said, does it tell you here that they don't even count the words? I think it might say it somewhere here to reinforce that point, but I say examiners don't even count it. They don't count it, right? So you will be assessed on, have you included all the necessary information and, vocab and structure and blah, blah, blah. Have you added any irrelevant information? So the actual word count itself, as I hope that you can see here, I didn't want to spend too much time explaining this, but as it says, letters that are too short may not necessarily, that should have changed, include all the important case notes, whereas long letters can be boring and, well, not boring because it doesn't matter if you're bored or not, but they may waste the reader's time. Okay, so that's what it's talking about. Okay, so that being said, I'm writing to refer Mrs. Sharma, the impact food management to her blood sugar. Okay, now, I don't like this, and I've talked about this particular sentence, will be highly appreciated, your expert specialist. You will never see this in any official samples. Why? Because it's totally irrelevant, unnecessary. If you don't have to include it, they've said don't include it. And would be highly appreciated by whom? So, your purpose should be clear. I'm writing to refer, request, your assessment and management, blah, 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 blah. The place to put the appreciation, usually, is at the bottom. In view of the above, I would appreciate it if you could. I would be grateful if you could, etc., etc. That's where it should go. The criteria says, and I'll get it out and show you, you need to reiterate the purpose of the letter at the bottom. What's that doing? Ah, don't know what it's got that there for. Sorry, different test. But still, where are we? Right. Purpose for writing, introduced early, then clearly expanded on later, often near the end of the document. So at the bottom, I would appreciate it if you could, can you please, I would be grateful if you could, manage, assess, blah, 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 right? So that's what you've got to do. Now, if we look at these key words, right, quick, precise, right, is it clear, how effectively, no time wasted, right? You know, any information that could be left out, is it clear, the clarity? You can see from the key words here in the criteria why using irrelevant, extraneous words and phrases is not a good idea. You don't need them. So, the last 6 weeks, Mr. Sharma, it's all kinds, concerning, concerned. So either concerning as in regarding, or she was concerned that blood glucose level is not well controlled. Or you could maybe use present perfect has not been well controlled because it started in the past and continues up to now. You can maybe do that, but okay. Clinical examination was unremarkable, apart from her BP, which was 50. Kurdistan, you don't really need that. So you can simply say Kurdistan was prescribed and blood tests were requested. Now, you don't need to tell me what was not present. So if something was unremarkable, you don't really need to tell me that. Only tell me what was remarkable. Should I visit to the clinic to review her blood tests? Was she going to review them herself or no? She was coming for a review, not to review. Revealed normal kidney function test, lipid profile. Again, we've got so lipid profile, blah blah blah. In view of this, or simply for which you could add it on there. Lipid profiles, blah blah blah. For which the medications were modified. Now, why is this a separate sentence? Metformin was increased and after so and so were added. Why not make that part of a sentence? There's no need to have a separate sentence. It's part of the same information, so you can group like-minded information. On review, the lipid profile was colored as 16, and there's no but, and fasting blood sugar was 16. Now, kindly note. Why should I note this in a kindly fashion? What does that either mean? What? As opposed to unkindly note? Has been. She didn't diagnose herself, so make it passive. 1999, she was neither a smoker nor an alcohol drinker. Okay, she's allergic to penicillin. So why would you put that there, right at the end? I mean, shouldn't you put that information a bit higher up? You know, shouldn't that be, somewhere here to inform us of the situation, of a context, of a background? You know, so back to refurbished blood sugar levels. Mrs. Sharma has been diagnosed with type D since 1999 and has attended the clinic several times over the last 6 weeks. So you could have put this, right? We could have got this. Put this here. Those several times since 1999. Okay, make it a comma. And has attended this clinic several times over the last 6 weeks. Oh, hang on, didn't put that in the right place. Clinic several times. Oh, yeah, over the last 6 weeks. Concerned, blah, 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 blah. Okay? Done it like that. Then that sets things up for the situation, okay? As you came back 2 weeks later. If you did build, I would appreciate it if you could restate purpose. Check blood management, assess, manage, further, blah, 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 blah. Okay? That's how I would do it. So, there you go. Hope that helps.